Hello, and welcome to this episode Clearing Limiting Beliefs Around Money. Wow. So, not a topic I'm ever really talking about, but what an important topic to be talking about, which came out of a question that a student asked me. Wendy, could you do a podcast on clearing limiting beliefs around money? So here we are. This is interesting. It's really important because it has so much to do with our energetic body and why our money karma may be happening, what might be occurring in the world, in our patterns and in our beliefs about ourselves with worth and having and money and all of this. So, I'm going to kind of break this down a little bit from an energetic perspective. I obviously am a chakra person. You know that probably by now after listening, if you've been listening to my episodes for a while or my books. I base so much of my understanding of energetic system off the chakras because they're so deeply embodied and we have such incredible information inside us. And the chakras are a part of that. So, first of all, we know money as this currency, this tangible currency by which we are able to have things, accomplish things, succeed. It's like a vehicle in order to get our survival needs met and maybe deeper needs met, or to be able to have roof over our head, etc. It's able to get certain needs met to have money. And oftentimes, what might impact our ability to have success around money, whether that means I just have enough money to pay my bills and I'm covered, or I have, a little cushion in the bank, or whether I have surplus. Whatever that range is, there's some level of success for an individual, and it might be different, but that is based on, in many ways, our belief systems around money. And those belief systems around money form in a particular area of our body very early on. And believe it or not, those belief systems are not about money initially. They are belief systems we believe about ourselves, having been raised in environments that either promote abundant thinking or lack thinking. So, I'm going to take us down in this journey here in conversation down to the root chakra area of the body, an area I talk about a lot in my work. I think it's underestimated in terms of how much information we hold there and how much we can unpack and transform our lives around. And our money story is one of them, one of those, you know, transformational experiences that we can have if we are willing to look at the energy we hold in our root chakra around money. So the root chakra is at the tailbone, and it's a power center that corresponds to our safety and our survival and our sense of trust in humanity and on this earth. It's also a power center for abundance, and it's the power center where we feel that sense of belonging and attachment and bonding here in this human experience. It's very earthy, and it's slow. Um, it also supports our functioning of our physical health and well-being, and it supports us it gives us that understanding of our home life, whether that home is in your body or whether that home is, your physical surroundings. And what happens very early on is that this power center, it houses so much of our early childhood information. I call it the root chakra marinade. It's the energy we marinated in from 0 to 7 years old. And all of that information that we would have absorbed verbally or non-verbally at that time starts to form our root chakra. Well, sometimes we might be raised in environments where the belief systems that were spoken or unspoken. And if they're unspoken, they're modeled for us in some way, whether it's body language, habits, behaviors. Somehow the adults in the room or in the, the profile here modeled a form of belief systems and how they might have carried themselves or what they might have believed in themselves. And we, as little sensitive, empathic, and absorbent little children, take that in at a very early age, and it helps us in it forms our root chakra and how we're going to think and feel about ourselves. So if I were raised in a lack mentality of a belief systems that were kind of in this lack mentality, there isn't going to be enough, or there's never enough, or no, you can't have that, or we don't have enough money, or don't trust anybody with your money. And essentially, all that lack mentality that these belief systems I'm naming come out of fear. Don't trust anyone. It's not okay. So, anytime we are going to think about having or money or being successful with anything we want to achieve that might need money, like I need to get school supplies, I need to buy myself clothes, whatever it might be, it's going to come with that ripple of fear. There's never enough. It's not going to be okay. I'm not enough. You're not allowed to have that. Whatever the messaging was, children will internalize all of that information as I must not be okay. I must not be enough. I must not be worthy of having the things that would make me feel a sense of abundance or just a sense of worth or having. And I say having because oftentimes it's very possible that we can make money, spin the gerbil wheel, make it, and spend it, spend it, spend it. And that also has a belief system underneath it of it's not okay for me to have it. And so having, along with abundance, it is coupled with the worthiness of being able to have and receive and be okay with having, in this case, money or what money would bring. So if you've been raised in that lack mentality, sometimes it's referred to as poverty consciousness, that sense that there isn't going to be enough, I'm not enough, there won't be enough, and no, you can't have this. It's a shutdown and of deep fear here that's resulting in this lack mentality around money. Then that's a consciousness that exists in the marinade of the root chakra area of your body. And so we grow up into adulthood, and as adults we have conditioning, and our conditioning is a facet of our ego, our wounded ego specifically. And our wounded ego has a job, and its job is to remind us of what we marinated in at the root chakra level. So if I were to, want to do something in my life or need to pay my bills, or I want to move up the ladder in career in some level, and I have all these limiting beliefs. It's not okay. Who are you to think you can do that? Who do you think you are? All of these beliefs. Then your wounded ego, which is also your inner critic in this case, has a job. It's doing its job. Its job is to remind you of what you marinated in from 0 to 7 years old. Those are the belief systems. So you have to think back into that time period of what was the messaging you got around having and around money in particular, but having And we'll say abundance, but abundance is also having. And it can be anything. It can be having the food on your plate. It can be, I know I grew up in a big family and there was a lot of like, this is my plate because you never knew whose hand was going to come in and grab your food away, but like being able to have your meal in my case, that was in my case. But this sense of being able to have whatever it was at the time that would have brought you that sense of belonging and safety and grounding in the root chakra area. The lack mentality or the fear energy that contributed to lack might have been in the family system. It might be in your root chakra marinade, and it might have gone back into time, into whether you have a parent or a grandparent that was raised in the Depression or raised in time periods where that lack mentality made perfect sense. Survival depended on it. It was probably frugal and smart to have that mentality back then, maybe. And then it gets to a point where we're evolving as spiritually progressing souls, and we say, well, here I am in my life now, and I want to create my reality. I want to choose what is right for me. I want to shift my circumstances. And so I need to start shifting the energy in my body and choosing my beliefs. So, in order to do that, we need to shift the energy at the root chakra area. Now, here's what I'll tell you, because we can't solve this problem all in one podcast episode. But what's important to know is the root chakra is slow and very ingrained. So those beliefs and such have been there a long time. And that's not to say it's going to take a long time to undo it, but I do want to invite patience into this process. And the other part of root chakra is it really likes routine and discipline and that repetitive quality to shift a pattern. So if we've been saying, I'm not good enough for 50, 25 years, 50 years, we might be needing every day to say, I'm great, I love myself, and to be shifting that consciously. It just might take a while, of practice. It just takes practice, and to be able to keep doing it, to not give up on it. So in the root chakra area of the body at the base of your spine, this is where I invite you to feel into and think about the different lack or poverty consciousness beliefs, or maybe even they were phrases that you literally heard from the adults in your life, and they might have been well intentioned. Like, this is part of what helped you survive. And my recommendation is, as you bring, and you can even do this right now, that you close your eyes and tune into your root chakra. And I invite you to thank those belief systems, those limiting, difficult, painful, upsetting, challenging, and stuck limiting beliefs. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being a part of what has shaped my life and kept me safe. Thank you for keeping me bonded to the people in my life who took care of me. I needed this. I needed these. On a subconscious level, I needed these limiting beliefs. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And as you do so, I would envision and feel that your grounding cord from your hips to the center of the earth, like this big tree trunk into the earth, is where you let those beliefs exit. So just let them go down your grounding cord. Deep breath in, exhale. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You did your job. You got me here. And I'm ready to shift. I'm ready to not just think differently, but to feel differently in my body around money, to not panic or contract or go numb or anything else. I'm letting it go. And then imagine here that you are going to create right here in this tailbone area of your body a powerful creation of beliefs and feelings that you want to have. And I might just start with something like, I love myself and it's safe for me to have money. Or I love myself and I am worthy of having. Or I can believe in myself. Or I belong. And if there's anything else that comes to you, then it's about speaking it to your root chakra and or letting it vibrate here in your root chakra. I am shifting my relationship to money and what money brings. I'm creating stability. I'm grounding myself around money. I'm worthy of having it. And as you do this, start to feel the power of your root chakra, perhaps maybe getting a little bit more expansive here. And that opening of your root chakra invites you to have more of yourself. And that means that your soul now can take a deep seat into your lower body and you can have more of you. It's okay for me to have myself, my truth, what my desires, my goals, my dreams are. I get to have myself and what I create, whatever money would bring me. With money, we're again thinking of it as what is the money's the vehicle? What is it bringing into your life? Is it bringing in more safety? Is it bringing in more connection? Is it bringing in more joy? Whatever it is, then you are in this space here in your root chakra. I can have in this power center of my body more joy, more trust, more safety, more of what money can bring me. And I'm worthy of this. And I'm worthy of it. And mom, so are you. Dad, so are you. Grandfather, grandmother, going back in time, we're all worthy. You might not have known it back then, but we're all worthy. It's okay. And I'm saying that even if the ancestors have passed on, that we say it to the soul lineage. And then from here, you can allow yourself again, taking that deeper seat in your body, to feel that vibratory essence of abundance, the root chakra expanding, and the power of abundant love. And that becomes the frequency that sends the signal to the universe. I am manifesting and putting out there into the world that I am abundant, I'm worthy of joy, of having, of safety. I'm worthy of love, of peace, and anything else that you'd like to add. And you can go on and on in your list, but the intention here is to really shift the consciousness in the root chakra area of your body around your beliefs so that you're shifting from lack to abundant beliefs and mentality. And that abundant mentality might say something like, there's plenty of money to go around, or I am open to the universe for what the universe wants to bring in, or I have this specific dollar amount that I'm needing to put out there and pray and manifest, and I'm worthy of receiving it. Yes, it is done. Yes, it will be taken care of. And it's not lofty. It's coming from deep connection and trust in your root chakra area. That sense of, yes, there is more, and yes, there is plenty, and yes, I have enough. So, as you marinate here in your root chakra with your chosen beliefs, allow it to take up space and become imprinted in your root chakra area of your body. And continue to work with that. Continue to shift from what might have been subconscious or unconscious limiting beliefs to more abundant beliefs or even abundant mentality. And that this is an aspect of how you might clear the limiting beliefs in the body around money, and included in that is being able to sit deeply inside yourself, rooted and grounded, peace and calm and connected to yourself around money. And as you shift into more of that abundant energy in your root chakra, that peace will feel more real. So I hope this supports you, and I hope it gave you some good healing to work with, good tools to work with around abundance and money and your beliefs. So many blessings, and I look forward to seeing you soon.